From lag tech to secret references and even special voice lines between 1x and certain guest skins, today you and me are going to be busting 19 myths about guest 1337 in Forsaken. Let's get started with number 1. Now, a piece of tech you may have forgotten about is something called lag tech. And basically how this works is you want to walk up a ramp, fall off the edge, and after you fall off the edge, press sprint last second as you're about to land, and you should start lagging, just like this. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh. And it looks like you're artificially lagging and they'll try and hit you and then you'll just block last second and they won't get the hit in. You want this? I'm just fresh. I'm standing still, bro. You want this? You want this? Yes! No! I freaking missed the block! Oh my gosh. But you could see how insane that would be. I literally timed it and it didn't work out. Well, this myth is confirmed. Definitely one of the coolest techs in the game. On to myth number 2. Okay, so a couple months ago, there was something called the double punch for guest. And basically, it allowed him to get 2 punches out of 1 block, which is kind of insane. But it has been a few months, so I'm wondering if it has been patched yet. So I'm gonna test it out right now. If I get a chance. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, I freaking waited. Oh, I was a little bit too late. You have to do it like instantly. Okay, so I almost got it, but basically what would happen is I was supposed to punch him immediately, and supposedly I would have gotten another punch right after that. Oh, no, I was late again. I didn't even expect to get the block. I didn't even expect to get the hit myself. So I missed completely. I wasn't even expecting it. Oh, come on. Freaking, that was like the perfect time to do it too. Oh my god. Dude, okay, I'm done. There's a reason why people haven't been posting about this in months, bro. Like 9 months ago, 9 months ago, 9 months ago, 8 months ago. There's a reason why. I'm just bad at this game, but like also the fact is they fixed this because of how OP it was, which is the reason why I wanted to try it. But that is going to be it for myth number 2. This myth is busted. Now let's move on to myth number 3. For myth number 3, this is the Santa skin for guest 1337. And if you didn't know, he has a very unique block animation. Now, because this is so different from every other skin in game, a lot of people have assumed that this block will actually catch a lot of killers off guard and they'll hit early and the other person will get the block off and be able to punch them. Block. Oh, okay, there we go. Bro, that was immediate. Again? Are you serious? That's twice. Dude, he's actually kind of depressed. I feel that way too. That should have not happened twice in a row. Come on, one last block before I die. Look, 3! Oh, just spit everywhere. 3 punches? How is this possible? Oh my gosh, it's 3 times in a row. Oh my gosh. Okay, this myth is officially confirmed. This skin is a little bit overpowered. All right, it is time to move on to myth number 4. This one's gonna be more of a secret, but do you guys remember Admin Noli before he was added to the game? This is the concept video made by Zorders. Basically, in this video, he shows off the Admin Noli skin in all its glory before it was added to Forsaken. Literally, it's amazing. That's why it eventually got added. But if we go to the end of the video, you can see there is actually another skin for guest, and it's called Jessie, which is another character from the same game that Admin Noli is from. This skin was also amazing, by the way. Had a block animation, had a charge animation, and even had an amazing punch animation. Look at this. It's literally a full cutscene. Boom! Dude, it's so good! And you may be wondering, why didn't they add this skin alongside Admin Noli? Well, apparently, it was because of the fact that this skin was actually way too different compared to the other designs of skins in the game. They just didn't add it. And honestly, I think that's stupid, because legit, we have so many insanely stupid skins in this game already. Why can't we just add one more? I mean, genuinely, what is the problem with having Jessie guest in the game? But we can have a skin like this that uses a block that literally makes no sense. You wouldn't even be able to see that. There's so much buildup. It's actually stupid. Usually guests are at full block within like a millisecond, so you're able to tell. But literally, this skin has to charge up, which actually makes it easier to accidentally hit them. Why is guest Jessie a problem? I don't understand. On to myth number 5. Now, 2 skins you would never expect to have Lauren Forsaken are actually the boy and guest skins. Now, if you don't know, these skins are actually based off the old screen you would get when you signed up for a guest account back in the day. So it allowed you to choose between a boy and a girl. And if you chose the boy, you'd look like this. If you chose the girl, you would look like this. Really was a basic thing. But for some reason, Forsaken decided to add their own lore to these characters when you buy them. So if you buy the boy skin and you look at its description, it reads, tired of spending his life being a portrait for the male guests. He wanted to finally take a stand in the spotlight. If you buy this skin, it will read, she always had a passion for becoming the lead performer at the Iron Cafe. And when she finally got the opportunity, it was empty. If we're trying to remain lore accurate, something you probably didn't know about the Spectre is the fact that he feeds off of emotion. And in this case, I'm assuming the reason she was Forsaken was because she was really depressed after all this happened. Now with the boy guest skin, my guess is that he was super excited to be a part of Forsaken in some way. I don't know if he's evil. Not too sure about that. This guy does not look evil, but I find it really interesting that for some reason, after he wanted to take his stand in the spotlight, he became Forsaken. Maybe this is like something similar to the Noli case where he decided to join Forsaken on his own accord, but we will never know until the devs explain. All right, on to myth number 6. You might have a rare account, so make sure to check your guest skins because this skin right here called Juggernaut is actually no longer obtainable. It comes from the game Doomed to Die, and it is based off the Juggernaut class from the same game. Now, there's not too many special features to really talk about with this skin, but I do really like his shield, how it is sort of 3D-ish. He wears a bunny rabbit outfit, a bloom bandana, and this classic Roblox plant hat. Now, for a second, let's pretend the skin was still obtainable. How would you end up getting this skin? Well, if you obtain the Facing Doom badge, which is done by beating any chapter of the Steel Ruin campaign on hard difficulty as the same character, you would get this exclusive skin for guest. Now, for context, this is what the game actually looked like. You can see I can choose from a few classes, including Juggernaut, Militant, Ninja, Technician, and Medic, but clearly I'm going to choose Juggernaut because that's the character I want to show you. It works kind of like Left 4 Dead if you ever played that game back in the day. So it's a third-person, sort of first-person shooter game where you have to defend yourself from zombies. It's actually pretty good. I'm not even going to lie. Here we go. We fight some zombies here. Yeah, no, this game is literally just a copy. I'm not going to lie. It's a good copy, like a really kind of unique take, but legit, it is just a copy of Left 4 Dead. But that is kind of it for this myth. Let us move on to the next myth. This is Inception Centurion. And at first, he doesn't look like a reference to anything, but you would happen to be wrong because this skin is actually a reference to a killer that is unreleased as well as a game. As you can see in its description, it reads, Inception Centurion is based on the player model Cool Killer would force guests to use. He's a man wearing a disheveled dress shirt, red tie, and wearing various items from the Cool Killer, including the med pad, the red teddy bear, and the bucket of water Cool Killer would use to defuse pipe bombs. Now, who is Cool Killer? Well, Cool Killer is two things. Number one, he is an unreleased killer from Forsaken. Here's this picture right here. Cool Killer. He's literally just a glass of Kool-Aid that has an evil face on it. Right here, as you can see, this is what he's supposed to look like. If we go even further back, he's actually a reference to an annoying orange video, which is kind of funny. But the other thing it is it's actually a game. So if you search up Cool Killer on Roblox, you will see a game called Cool Killer Fixed. This revision was created in 2019, but the original version of this game actually dates back to 2012, which is insane. I'm gonna play it for a second and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is, I think, supposedly an asymmetrical horror game, which is kind of crazy to have something like this back in the day. So it's actually one of the first asymmetrical horror games on Roblox, which is kind of crazy. As you can see, it had a spectating system, which is like insane. There's a point system. It actually showed you how many wins and server kills you had. This is actually like really, really modern day. And it all had to do with this freaking guy called Cool Killer, which is the stupidest part, bro. If this had any other killers, I feel like this game would have blown up. But because it had something as silly as a killer that literally was just Kool-Aid, I feel like that's why it didn't blow up as much. Dude, I wish I had people to play with this, but of course this game is dead, bro. It's like a game from 2012, but I still think it's pretty cool to look back on. All right, well, maybe I'll play this game on stream one day, but until then, I am going to move on to the next myth. On to myth number 8. Now, as we're approaching March, we're getting closer and closer to the April Fool's update, which will add a bunch of really cool joke skins. And from what I've heard, they'll add a lot of skins from last year's update to this one, which will be awesome. And hopefully that includes MX, which is a skin for guest, which makes him look like an evil version of Mario. This is what he looks like. Kind of sick. I like the design. Now, this skin is actually a reference to a game by the name of Mario 85. It's basically a creepypasta version of Mario 1. So if you play this game and complete stage 1, basically what happens is you'll see a clone of you across from you, and this clone of you will turn into Mario 85, which looks like this. Absolutely huge. He's scary as heck, bro. But besides just staring at you, he will actually start chasing you down and make you play the entire first stage backwards, which I think is really sick. But getting back to the skin, as you can see, there are actually unique sound effects, just like the one that plays when you use charge. I don't know why it's really long. I don't know where this actually comes from exactly, but there's also a sound effect that plays when you die, and it is literally just the basic Mario game over sound. I like it. I mean, it's not bad. It's still kind of fun. But the only thing I really have left to tell you about this skin is the fact that I don't really know if it's actually going to be coming in this update. This skin is kind of forgotten about. When I first saw it in Forsaken, I literally thought it was an admin skin. That's how rare it is. Legit, it's so rare at this point. I don't even know if they're ever going to release it again. So if you have this skin, you might have one of the rarest skins in Forsaken, which is awesome, meaning you have one of the rarest accounts ever. Good for you, by the way. For myth number 9, a couple months ago, someone discovered a glitch with this emote called Retry Now. So basically, when you use this emote and you get to the middle stage with a wand and press shift and space at the exact same time, you can literally walk around and do this emote, and literally none of your abilities show. It's actually so overpowered if done right, and if you use block during it, the enemy cannot see it at all. Biggest problem with this is that there's a lot of wind up. Like, look at this. I literally have to wait like 5 seconds. Now go for it. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Wait, I could probably also punch during this, couldn't I? Wait a second. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Right. No! Oh, it kind of works. It kind of works. Dude, that is so OP. I never even did it with a punch before either. Come on, just... Come on. You walked past me. Well, it may not have worked with the block because I didn't get a chance to do it, but the punch is crazy. You didn't even see the punch. That is so OP. They need to fix that so badly. Well, this myth is in fact confirmed. Let's move on to myth number 10. Now, recently there has been this rumor going around about a skin being added to Forsaken that's going to reference this game right here called 308. Now, in this game, literally you're living inside of IKEA. You have to survive as long as possible by building a base for yourself while these monsters chase you around at night. But is this true? Is there going to be a skin based off this game coming to Forsaken? Well, if you check the Forsaken wiki, like I always tend to, we can see for ourselves. Right there, guess 308! As you can see, this skin is supposed to be a reference to this enemy from the game, which is basically just a regular worker without a face. They can mutate like this, which is kind of insane. And when you buy this skin, apparently it's going to say this: "Excuse me, the store is now closed. Please exit the building," which is basically just a line that most of the workers will say before it turns nighttime and they attack you, which is kind of a cool reference. Now, the way this was discovered is by somebody apparently finding out on a Discord stage for the official game. But while they may have showed this skin off, apparently they never told people how they were going to be able to get it. So it says it's unknown if it will be an exclusive or for a badge. My thoughts is it's probably going to be for a badge, which would be pretty cool, but that would also mean a complete collaboration with 308, which I'm not sure if Ugly Burger would really want to collab with Forsaken after everything that's happened. So more than likely, it's just going to be a skin you're able to purchase, which is still pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. This myth is confirmed though. Let us move on to myth number 11. Now, if you go into your settings right now and scroll down, you'll find something called pronouns. And this is a setting for a long time which didn't do anything and it was put here as a joke. But now it actually has an effect on your cosplay skins. As you can see in its description, certain sound effects will switch based on your selected pronouns when using a cosplay skin. So if I switch to he, him, and then I go to my inventory, click on the guest cosplay skin, you can see when I use charge, it makes this noise. The normal guest charge sound. But if I go back and switch this to she, her, you'll actually hear a different noise. Do this again. Now it's a woman scream. Not that big of a deal. The other settings, it's and they, them. They just change it to the male sound as well. But I still think it's kind of an interesting setting. I just wish they honestly added different noises, I guess, if that made sense. But this myth is already confirmed. Let us move on to myth number 12. For number 12, everyone knows the milestone skins for guest. Literally the most iconic skins in the game. Something that's really crazy about these skins is the fact that they're not the only milestone skins guest has ever had. These are just the new ones. Here is the current milestone 1 skin for guest, and then here is the original. You can see he's just wearing a different style of camo. He's wearing a scarf in this one, which I think is pretty sick. This version gets really like basic knee pads. It's kind of boring. I'm not really happy with this first one a lot. I actually like the original a lot better, to be honest. But as for milestone 2, this is what the current milestone 2 looks like, and here it is next to the original. This one kind of evolutionizes off the first one. It feels like they added stuff onto the original milestone 1 skin, which I really like. For some reason with this skin, they literally just changed it completely, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Now in this version, they changed the camo color. It's a lot darker now. They gave him both knee pads. He has a grenade on him for some reason. This one is kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna spend time talking about the new one because you already know it, but let's move on to milestone 3. Now, once we get into milestone 3, this is where the directions completely change. So as you can see, this is the modern version of milestone 3, and then here is the original. Now, as you can see, there are big differences with the face. Literally, he has a mustache over here with a neck beard basically going on. This version has an eye scar and an eye patch. And if you didn't notice the reference already, this is actually very, very close to Metal Gear Solid Snake. Legit, the rest of the milestone skins are actually a reference to Solid Snake, which is insane, by the way. Here is the modern milestone 4, as you can see, the most iconic Forsaken skin ever. And what would have happened if this skin never actually became a thing? Well, we would have had this skin instead, which, dude, this looks so sick. Like, oh my gosh, I love the long hair. I love the eye patch. This looks awesome. And legit, bro, look at this. This is so similar. This is actually insane. It's just a really cool reference that no one really knew about at the time, and it's kind of been lost to history, to be honest. It's still sick as hell though, but now it is time to move on to myth number 13. Around 5 months ago, during a 2-time rework, a skin by the name of Craig was added to the game, and this skin right here, bro, it was only in the game for 11 minutes. After that, it was immediately removed, and we never got to see this skin again. Basically, it was accidentally added to Forsaken, and the developer noticed that they had added it and everyone was freaking out about about it. So they literally took it off the store as fast as they could. Now, this skin, as you can see, is clearly a joke skin. It's horrible in every way possible. Like, look at this, dude. Like, literally, it's just made out of blocks. You can make this in Roblox Studio. I've done it before. It's so easy. Now, the myth is, will this skin be coming back to Forsaken? Funnily enough, in my last video where I actually talked about this skin in the thumbnail, is actually a comment from the real Soy Sebastian, which is so funny. And he said, and we're not adding Craig back, by the way. I think it's confirmed that this skin is never going to be added back to Forsaken. Also, another thing I noticed is the fact that we're only at 66.3k subscribers. If you guys have been enjoying my videos and liking them, subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 100k subscribers by the end of this year, and it would be so helpful. Now, let us move on to myth number 14. Guest seems to always have the rarest skins in the game, and that includes the Damien skin for Guest. This is based off one of the devs for the game, but more accurately, the artist for Forsaken. So if you look around the map, you'll find art like this, which is made by him, including the art that is actually on the title screen for the game. So like this art right here, this art right here, but art that's also by him is this cutscene art. Basically, all the pictures you see in this black and white background, that's all made by him. Now, this skin is pretty basic. It just makes him look like his character, so it's not that big of a deal. You could just honestly use it yourself skin, but it does allow him to have Sorcerer's Parry, which is a pretty cool effect. That is Sorcerer's Parry right there. You do not get that in the yourself skin, so it's kind of a good addition. I like that. But this is a very dev exclusive skin, and you will never get this in game. As you can see, it says available no, and it is only dev exclusive. But that is going to be it for myth number 14. Now we're going to go on to a skin which is for a dev, which in the future you'll actually be able to buy in the store. This is the Soiji skin for Guest, and recently I heard that this skin is going to be added to the game and you'll be able to buy it. Now, this skin has been in the game for a while, but it was admin exclusive because this is literally a dev of Forsaken. But just to make sure, I want to go to Twitter and check it out, because if it is true, that could be really crazy. Hello everyone, the Soy skin will become public. However, I want to give you all a heads up. It's being redesigned with a new outfit and will feature a slightly military aesthetic because of Guest 1337. Those who manage to get the original Soji skin will keep it as an exclusive cosmetic. It's the fairest option for everyone, and I know a lot of you really love that design as well. I have not earned this skin, so I clearly do not have this right now. Still really cool though. I'm really happy. This myth is confirmed, and you will be able to buy this skin soon, which is awesome. This is the housefly emote. Someone saw this and they thought it looked pretty similar to Guest's lock, and they were like, I wonder what would happen if I use this out in a match. And they tried it, and apparently it worked so well that it became a huge trend for a lot of guests to start doing this, and it became something known as guest tech. Now, it has been a few months since that all happened, and it's become very common, but then it's become a little bit less common as time's gone on because everyone caught on to it. So I'm wondering, does this tech still work? Okay, let us try this out. Bro, look at this again. Oh my gosh. Wait, watch this. Bro, look, it's the same thing. It's actually insane. After me, after me, after me. Okay, block. Oh. No, he freaking used one ability. He might know. He might know. But let's try another game and let's see if it actually works. There's going to be someone that's going to fall for it. Get him a little bit with a charge. There you go. And then we're going to go for a block. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, maybe this doesn't actually work. Bro, I thought it would work. No, I guess not. Okay, this myth is busted. It does not, in fact, work. All right, well, let's move on to the next myth after that one. This kind of sucks, but I promise you that the rest of the myths in this video are actually really good. For myth number 17, I heard that John Doe has some secret voice lines with Guest. Specifically, Aberrant John Doe, of course, because he has a bunch of voice lines for basically every character in the game. But Guest, in fact, apparently has 2 of them, which is pretty sick, but I actually don't know what they sound like, so I'm going to try it out right now. So first one.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
Pity. A soldier dying with no honor.
Okay, I like that one. That's kind of fire. Should I hit him with a corrupt energy real quick too?
These spikes will be stained with your blood.
Bro, this skin is so sick. This skin was so worth it, by the way. Oh my gosh.
A shame. I expected more from you.
Wait, that's the second voice line. He has 2. I legit just thought he had 1. That's actually kind of crazy. This myth is confirmed. Let us move on to myth number 18. Myth number 18, the One Egg skin, which will be coming out here soon during the April Fool's update, has a special voice line with Invincible Guest. One Eggs is supposed to say some kind of special voice line when I kill him, and I'm hoping it actually works out. It'd be so cool if it was actually true.
I'll leave this one's to go.
Oh, wait, what? No, wait.
This meal's to die for.
Bro, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Maybe it's the version I have because this is a modded version of Forsaken, just so you know. But what it says on Forsaken Wiki is that is true. The fact it does have a special voice line. I can't get it to trigger, but hopefully when this new update comes out, I'll actually get to try it out and see again if it works. But I'm just gonna say that this myth is confirmed. Now let's move on to the last myth in this video. Now let's move on to myth number 19. For the last myth in this video, this also has to do with 1eggs. There are secret voice lines between him and the Matt skin for guest 1337. Now the Matt skin is actually based on guest brother, not his real brother, but more of like his eventually became family type brother. Here we go. Make our way over to him. Start killing him. Come on. There should be 2 voice lines I heard. It should be the first one.
Salt. Surprise. Health inspection.
No, what?
This is not gonna look good on my resume.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking it's not gonna work. So you know what? I'm just gonna play the ones from the website because those are the actual ones that will play in game if you do kill Matt Guest. First one is...
Here, have a little bacon trauma.
which is a reference to literally the bacon war that took place in the last Guest movie. Okay, then the next one is... What's wrong with you? You don't like bacon?
What is wrong with you? You don't like bacon.
Bro, this is actually fire. Wait, these are so good. I cannot wait to buy this skin. This skin is gonna be so fire. Look at all the other different skins it has interactions with, by the way. This is a skin you need to buy when it comes out again. This is amazing. But that is gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm still trying to reach 100K subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next video. Now it is time for me to go end video.